3, 2. Yes, sir. We are back live from our mouths to your ears to another episode of Guessing from the Stands. It's your boy Earl 91. It's good to see y'all, man.
It's the Dominican daughter, Christian Hernandez. Que lo que mi gente aquí con the fresh cut, straight baldy, cut my own hair, saving money in this economy, so I can't be cussing for the first 2 minutes. Estamos activos. Vamos a comenzar esta vaina, porque tenemos muchísimas cosas para hablar. Tú sabes, nos fuimos.
Christian, how many times have you been to DR this year? No, this year, because I've been once.
Just once.
Okay, cool. Yeah, me too. What part did you go?
The capital.
Okay.
I got my dad's side of the family is from the capital. Well, my dad's from the capital. My mom is from Santiago, but my mom's side of the family, like some of her brothers and stuff, they got family and they got family that have like apartments and stuff in the capital. And my cousin did his wedding there, so that's where I was at for a couple of days. I hate driving over there. That shit is that's the past 2 minutes. Yeah,
no, we're good. Yeah, we're not past 2 minutes yet.
No, it's stressful as hell driving over there, bro. But it's funny because as stressful as it is, I did not see one accident over there.
Well, I can tell you my experience as soon as me and the homeboy AJ, shout out to AJ, got off of the plane. Soon as we got in the taxi, bro, no lie. I BS you not. As soon as we got in the taxi, bro, we on our way to Ryu, and bro, we probably could have got in 4 accidents on our way to DR.
Oh yeah, that's
or
normal.
on our way to the resort, like no bull.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's normal, but you don't see an accident. And that's Earl with the news. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, you're good. I had to plug in something real quick. My bad. But yeah.
That's normal. You gonna get in a couple. You gonna get in a couple possible accidents, but you ain't never get in an accident, bro.
Yeah, but see, the thing that killed me, bro, it was like the road. First of all, the highways were crazy, right? Because when we got there, like no bull, bro. It seemed like when we got there, everybody just did bumper to bumper traffic, but it was like 60 miles an hour bumper to bumper traffic. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. So,
and there's like no rules. You just go. Don't that hit and run. Yeah, you can just go. Don't even stop.
Yeah.
No, I hate driving there, but it's fun though. I enjoy it. I'll be having a blast and shit.
Nah, for sure. What'd you go for?
My cousin got married, and I was coming out of his wedding. So, we got there.
You know more people that's getting married than anybody else.
Hey, can you hear my computer?
Yeah, you said, can we what now?
Can you hear my fan on my computer?
Somewhat, a little bit of feedback, but what's good? Good to see you, Coach Nard.
What it does, bro.
I mean, my family's big as shit. So I mean, everyone's bound. There's bound to be a wedding sometime. So
yeah, no, I feel it, bro. I understand, but I mean, still, y'all mugs, boy. Y'all jokers get married every 3 months.
Dog,
y'all get married every 3 months.
I think we spoke about it. I think for now it's gonna be like a little break in between.
A little break, yeah. Until I ain't gonna say what's gonna happen, but we know what's gonna happen next.
Y'all know what's gonna happen next.
yeah, we know
for sure.
We know what's gonna happen next. Shout out to wifey, you know what I'm saying? We know. But yeah, man. Before we get into everything else on the docket tonight, let's talk a little baseball. We haven't really talked a little baseball since you've been back. So took a little break, but we are back, and
it's been pretty insane, actually. I don't even gonna hold you,
but
I still think it's too early. I mean,
it's the beginning of the season, of course.
Yeah, the East is okay. So the American League East is a gauntlet. Like the Yankees are 2 games ahead of the Orioles in first,
right?
And Boston is 8 games out of first, and Tampa's 8.5. So from Tampa up is 8. The stretch is 8.5 games. And the only team in that division that got a losing record right now is just the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Central, I mean, that's gonna be up for grabs because even though you got the Indians at 32-17, you got the Royals right behind them at 30-19. So, you
Okay.
know, they coming up. Tigers also they've improved since last year, but I mean they're still eight games out of the division. But again, it's still a lot of games to play. Like we're not even touching All Star break yet. So, and in the West right now, you have Mariners ahead of the Rangers and the Astros. And
In
Astros
the AL
have a
West? Good lord.
yeah, yeah. Right now, Texas
But you know
Rangers.
what? This is early, but hell, they had
That's what I'm saying.
obviously
Yeah,
that run last year, so it's good to see
of
them
course.
continue off of that.
So it's going. Like I said, it's. I think after All Star break, we'll definitely probably have a clear picture. But again, we ain't never
Yeah,
gonna know until like
sure.
a month out. And then in the NL East, we got the Phillies up five and a
Right.
half games on the Braves, which that seems to be the only two teams that are competing in that division. Central
Yeah.
seems to be a dogfight because so you got in first place the Brewers, second place the Cubs are 2 games out of first, Pirates only 6 games out of first, Cardinals only 6.5, and then the Reds are only 8 games. So anything can happen within that division. And then the West, of course, you have the Dodgers, who have the created team with they're up in the division 8.5 games, with the Padres behind them at a mere 8.5. And you got the Giants at 9, Diamondbacks 10 behind, and the Rockies 16. So I mean, there's some shockers, some not
Yeah.
shockers. So
Yeah.
it's it's gonna be an interesting season. I ain't really focused too hard on it because I've been watching the playoffs for basketball. So,
What the world is
but
that? Oh, okay.
no, that's your fan.
Yeah, I think it's your fan, brother. You got a dirt devil back there or something? You vacuuming?
Oh, man, I think water got in my fucking MacBook, bro.
Oh,
Woo!
damn!
Is it loud?
That boy guessing from the beach. Uh,
Is it loud? Is it fucking with the audio?
when you
No.
go that close, yeah, but right now, no, it's not.
So yeah, right now it's pretty still early. So I ain't really like I said I haven't been too focused on it because the playoffs been going on. So I've been like watching here and there,
Right.
but it's really about it. Once after All Star break, we'll definitely get into it more.
For sure. I mean, yeah, we got a while to go, but I do think that there's some 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 interesting things to see overall. I mean, hell, Shohei's been looking like a monster.
Shohei need to admit to gambling. Trying to hear all that.
Well, I mean,
I
okay,
said what I said.
okay, maybe, but I'm just talking on the baseball diamond. That's all.
Fair enough. Okay, I get it.
I'm just talking strictly on the baseball diamond.
I'm sorry, all right, because what we seeing and witnessing with our own eyes, you gonna tell me that man ain't do it?
That's not for me to call. But I feel you. I feel you. I feel you.
That nigga's a criminal.
Thank you, Manfred. You will pay for your war crimes. All right, you listen to me, damn it. All right, because
Yes.
if Juan Soto gets paid less than fucking Otani, Manfred, you will pay for your war crimes.
So let me ask you this.
Hey, Manfred getting the fuck up out of there anyway?
No, he just re-signed a new extension.
I think he just I believe
he's got a new extension. Hell no. Mm-mm. Well, as of recent. But before we get into the docket, Nardo, what's been up in the I don't want to say grassroots football world, but because that's basketball. But what's been up lately in football in the DMV?
Oh man, it's been amazing. You know what I'm saying? Spring season. We haven't really done too much over all Met. You know what I'm saying? We've really been chilling, just developing our players. Haven't really focused on playing too many games. But the kids are getting better. 7-on-7 circuit still flowing. As far as the high school, man, it's been good. We just gotta get our linemen stronger. You know what I'm saying? right now. They look a little weak compared to the skilled players, but they still doing their thing, working hard. We just got to get them to where they're supposed to be. But yeah, bro, it's been good. You know what I'm saying? Spring, it gets a little quiet. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, not quiet. It gets a little quieter. But it's about to start picking up as we get into, summer workouts and stuff like that. But
Oh, for sure.
overall scene is very, very good.
Quick question, Nark. Regarding Lil Man, how often do you guys play a lot of tournaments during the summer too, or not really because it's too hot?
For 7-on-7 or tackle?
Well, both, I guess, because you know more of that circuit than y'all the ones that put me on the game with the circuit there.
Right. So with 7-on-7, yeah. So like the 7-on-7 league is going right now. We're in like an actual local league, so we play every weekend.
Okay.
There are a lot of tournaments if you're willing to travel.
Of course.
Travel 7-on-7 is very much like travel baseball as far as it's a very national sport as opposed to a local one. You're not going to find too much local competition at our age. A lot of it's going to be national.
Gotcha.
Spring football wise, tackle, yeah, it's a money grab. So there's going to be hella tournaments everywhere. But my team in particular, we don't play in a lot of them. We really focus on making sure the kids are ready to play. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, can we touch on that topic real quick?
Absolutely.
This whole like money grab thing with all these sports, like where I think what I can ask is like, at what point do the parents step in to be like, you know what, I can't be doing this for my child, and I'd rather him focus on his development in his specific sport rather than playing in these tournaments and all these coaches with the like you said, the money grab. Like at what point is it
understand? See, here's the problem, Christian. What you're asking for, the problem lies directly there with the parents. A lot of parents, and I have been to a certain extent caught up in the same situation. What I mean by that is, or what I'm getting at is, nobody remembers who the best fifth grader ever was. I'm pretty sure when Usain Bolt was in fifth grade, there was another kid who was faster than him at that time.
Probably.
Nobody knows who the fuck that kid is. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not what you do at that age in your developmental stages. Yeah, people get wowed by, like, the kid Blaze who's online, you know what I'm saying, playing football down in Florida. Everybody knows who Blaze is. He has a bunch of followers on Instagram, this, that, and the third. And that's great because at this age, he's, you know what I'm saying, one of the best players out there. Blah, 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 blah. But all the kids at this age are what I call straight out the pussy. What I mean by that is there's no everything is 100% natural. Everything is 100%. These kids are using in their football sports. Yes, some of them practice a little bit more, but nobody is focused on their grades to where eligibility matters if they play or not. Nobody's waking up at 5, 6 in the morning, working and eating right to make sure that their body is better than the next person. Nobody, the grind hasn't really started. So the kids who are the best, it was going to be that's how they were naturally born, and that's cool. But there's going to become a certain point in time where they're going to have to want it more than the person next to them. It's not just going to be you wake up and you're better than them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when parents get caught up in wanting their kid to be at that level right now, and that's why we still have all these spring tournaments, because coaches, there's money and shit. If you want your kid to be this, that, and third, well, they need to be playing. They need to be focusing on their craft. They need to be doing this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? So now these kids are playing football damn near 12 months around, when focusing on your craft is playing a different sport. Focusing on your craft is getting your hand-eye coordination better, going to play baseball. Hand-eye or focusing on your craft is going to get on that track and getting faster. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get better, you know what I'm saying? At this developmental age, you need to be playing other sports, getting better, learning how to truly move. You know what I'm saying? Like learning how to move your body. And so the problem that the money grab is, it's not the organizations really even having to pressure people. It's the parents. The parents jumping on it. As soon as this team is available, or they're playing in this tournament, if they want their kid on Instagram, they want to be a part of, you know what I'm saying, whatever organization is popping right now, and that's allowing these organizations to do what they do, which is, oh, we got a game here, we got a game there, and if your kid's not playing or if your organization's not playing, then it looks like y'all doing something wrong. When in reality, these kids who are playing this football, yeah, they're beasting out right now at AU, but I want to see these kids continue playing football 12 months around and be balling out when they get to 12U, 13U, better go to high school. Half these kids ain't gonna want to play football no fucking more. You
Oh,
know,
I've seen it. I've seen it with baseball too, where you know you got kids you grew up with playing, and then come like high school, they're like, and I'm done with it, and it's like,
bro, done,
oh,
done.
they
Now
get
your
burned out.
father's distraught. You know what I'm saying? He don't know what to do. He thought you was going to the league. You've been cooking niggas since you was 4. Yeah, but he's also been playing since he was 4. Every day, all year, practice 3-4 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta let these kids be kids. So Montana, he hasn't put on a helmet and shoulder pad since the last game of last season. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
So go
do
ahead.
you allow him to take breaks too? Like no sports at all. Just
So
let
now
him
that's
rest.
one
Say
thing that I have to find a balance with that. The reason I say that is I don't force him to do anything, but he loves sports so much that the sports that he listen up, and it's not like he loves sports that are in the same season. So he's playing 2 sports at one time, and then they both have the same off season. He really loves
Gotcha.
football. He loves track, and because of that, they're in 2 different seasons. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
he's
so
always doing
he's
something, which
that's
is
like
good. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, because he's doing something that's a low impact sport.
oh
Even
for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying, even if it was like basketball or something, he's still constantly banging. So it's a low impact sport. It's really just something that he should be doing in the off season anyway, which is just running. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's competitive on the weekends with track meets and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's just getting him faster and keeping him in shape. So I don't mind him playing that, which is why I don't really allow him to play basketball because he really wants to play basketball. But I feel like, and of course, me being that dad, who wouldn't want to have a son that's he's a beast at basketball. He's a beast at track. He's a beast at football. He's a beast because when Montana played baseball, he was fucking good. We went to the not saying that he was the only player on the team, but we went to the you know what I'm saying to the championship game in our first year playing. Like he was
Yeah,
good at that too. So I want to, and when his body's ready, he can play all those sports if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? When he's in high school, you know what I'm saying, or middle school, or something like that. When he's a little bit older. So right now, in between the end of football season and the start of indoor track, which is about 2 weeks, is
yeah,
say how long he gets off, and then in between indoor track and outdoor track, which is about another 3 weeks to a month. So throughout the year he gets like a month off in between track
true.
seasons. Other than
Word.
that, though, that nigga's a practice or a game.
what
Word.
about what about you? E, you be seeing that little man at the basketball tournaments?
Yeah, he's getting ready to start basketball back up in the fall and playing football in the fall as well. So that should be.
But I'm
Uh,
saying you be seeing like the parents and the teams like
he
they
was
like
playing, yeah, of course, yeah, yeah. When he
no,
was
but I'm
playing,
I'm saying like as Nard alluded to where he was like these parents are going crazy whenever a spot opens up on a team. The parents are shooting for their kid to play on that specific team, whatever.
oh, of course, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a given because everybody thinks that their kid is the next Michael Jordan.
Everybody,
So even when I was coaching, like same thing. Like, why is my son not getting PT? Why is my daughter not getting PT? Even though we had to
your daughter.
give everybody the
Leia play
same amount.
basketball.
Excuse me.
Leia play basketball.
No. I was saying
Oh,
parents.
when you were
Like I had,
coaching, parents would be asking you that.
yeah. Like, why is their son not getting PT? Why is their daughter not getting PT? Well, it's because what I'm saying. We have everybody has to get the same amount of playing time. So we just
Y'all come to
it
practice
depends,
once
bro.
a
But
week.
it's
I
it's
feel
one of
you.
them. Z, what's good, bro?
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing?
Z,
Ain't
you
no
need to
man.
put a
First of all,
beanie on.
I don't know where the hell you got this microphone from, but brother, I can hear you like you on the Star Trek Enterprise, brother. Your ass, so your ass is speaking to HD. Good to hear you, bro. All right, let's
I'll
huh?
holler at y'all about that afterwards.
For sure. Let's get to it. The NBA playoffs are here, and more importantly, the conference finals are here. And well, where do we start, man? Where do we
I
start?
All
know,
right,
Where
let's
do
man.
we
start off
start?
like this. I'm tired of
Let's
seeing the
start
fucking
here, man.
Celtics. I'm tired of seeing the fucking
Let's,
Celtics. I'm sorry.
I'm with you.
Listen. I love Jason Tatum and them, but I'm tired of seeing the motherfucking Celtics.
Hold on.
Bruh. I'm just saying, bro. Put on that super speed and let me tell y'all something. They not gonna win. It doesn't fucking matter what they do. They're about to beat Indiana and maybe 4, possibly 5. They're not gonna go to the finals and lose to whoever the fuck is there. It doesn't matter. Jason Tatum's not gonna show up. Jaylen Brown's gonna drop 40, and nothing else is gonna happen.
Sounds good.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, we worried about that.
Larry over there.
No, we're not Larry.
How y'all doing right now?
Listen, I think the Mavs or the Wolves are gonna win it, bro. I ain't disagreeing. I don't think the Celtics gonna win shit. That's the whole point of this. The Celtics are not who we thought they were. They're not gonna be these. Listen, at best, they're just a repeat of OKC who keeps getting there to their own. But they ain't gonna win it.
I hate this man. I hate this man, Larry.
I don't.
How y'all feeling tonight? How's everybody been doing? It's been
Better
a while.
than the Knicks.
Up here on camera. How y'all doing?
Damn, this man said better than the
Knicks.
Knicks. Not lying.
Larry, what's shaking, man?
No, life is good, brother. God is amazing. I just,
I bet he is.
Won't he do it?
Hola, mijo.
Since I have no more skin in the game.
You know
what? I'm so torn right now, DJ Larry, because Kyrie is one of my favorite players. Obviously, because he played with LeBron. You know what he did with LeBron and stuff like that. That's where it started for me. But just the way he plays the game, you know what I'm saying? And then the shit that he went through in Brooklyn, to stand his ground as much as he possibly could, continue being himself and not allow people to, the same way we give credit to LeBron for never getting, and I know this has nothing to do with basketball, but this is why I fuck with Kyrie. The same way we give credit to LeBron for never getting into a scandal or nothing like that, I give credit to Kyrie for never wavering off who he was. That nigga has always been solid, bro. And that just made me a fan of his because he be cooking niggas too. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a but. Hey, the Wolves is dangerous, nigga.
They are.
This is about to be, to me, this is the NBA Finals. Whoever comes out of this bitch to me is winning that shit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I disagree.
The Wolves have 2 big men. And listen, Earl, everybody has to do it at some point. Everybody has to do it at some point.
Earl,
I apologize.
Earl, you picked the best instrumental for this right now as Nard talking. He is an imaginary player right now. But
I apologize.
Why do you apologize?
Cat is him. Cat is one of them. He's soft as a bitch, but he's one of them.
That he is.
I don't know how it happened. He's just that skilled. That if he had any sort of aggression, we wouldn't even be talking about Wemby right now.
Yeah,
Cat is one of them. Gobert, listen, he played defense on Jokic better than Gobert.
Gobert is a Hall of Fame.
For that series alone. Give the nigga defensive player of the year for that series alone.
But you know what though?
You gotta have a conversation about Gobert.
All right.
Well, before we go there,
without Rudy Gobert.
Before we get to, because we're gonna break down that series, I just wanted to clear the lane real quick because Larry's the only one out of our collective that his team is still in it.
I just want to know how Christian feels because Christian has 2 teams and neither one of them made it. So I just want to know.
I'm doing swell, Larry. It's all right. You know, the Heat got riddled with injuries left and right, so I wasn't tripping. And OKC, you know, they was young. It's cool though. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Huh.
That's fine.
Okay. Nard, how are you doing today, man? I know you just, you are the imaginary.
Oh my God, Halliburton!
I'm good, DJ Larry. You look cool, bro. Hey, listen, I wish I was like you though. Honestly, I wish that my team was still in the playoffs. Well, my player and LeBron was still in the playoffs, but he's not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not. And listen, y'all are really fucking good. And even though I think the Wolves are gonna win, I'm not hating on the Mavs. Y'all have a great. And this shit could go either way. I think it's gonna go 7. Ant Edwards is reminding me of what LeBron did to the Pistons at 22. Listen, You got the way that he's approaching the game on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Had a terrible game last game, but it didn't let. Listen, you know who had the greatest quote ever? Dion Waiters.
Best instrumental.
Dion Waiters said, "I'd rather go 0 for 50 than 0 for 9. Because if I went 0 for 9, that means I stopped believing in myself." And that's how I see Ant Edwards. That's 6 for 24. That's fine. But he kept shooting that motherfucker because he know he has the potential to go 18 for 24 or 15 for 26 or whatever the fuck. He has that ability. So I really think that the Wolves, number one, their GM or president, whoever the fuck built that team, needs to get the ultimate credit because it's hard to see. They're playing two big men at once. So
it's the same guy that built the Nuggets team. Just a heads up.
How do you stop that? Where do you find your place in that when they also have skilled players who can score at a clip like that? Anthony Edwards is the best player on that team, and then they have two legit. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, the dude who plays for the fucking Celtics who had a nice little run last year. What was that center's name, bro?
For the Celtics?
Ooh, Williams.
Robert Williams. We're not talking about him. We're not talking about Cuz up in Indiana Turner. We're talking about two legit bigs who are arguably the best defensive big and maybe the best offensive big. Cat could give Joel a run for his money. Those two guys. Then you have a veteran in Mike Conley,
at least top 5
point guard, a pure point guard in Mike Conley who can also score the basketball. And then you top that bitch off by, if they win this shit and he's the Finals MVP, the best player in the league.
Wait, who's the best player in the league?
If they win the Finals and Ant wins MVP, he's the best player in the NBA. How's he not? What does he not do? What has anyone else done this year to say that they're a better player than he is right now? Listen, everybody says don't get caught in no. So if they lose, it's not true. If he finishes the fucking deal, he's the best player in the league right now.
Imaginary play.
Hey Larry, I got a question for you.
Huh? I'm sorry. I was.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Between Ant and Luka, what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6?
4.6. About $100,000, motherfucker.
Oh, hey, look! I tell you this. Ant that 4.6 nigga because he's going 8 quarters. Luka fat ass. Yeah, Luka got his fat ass ain't got that athleticism.
Hey, what Ant said on Sunday night?
Listen.
What Ant said on Sunday night? Bring your ass.
Cat out the bag. You gotta pull the cat out the bag, bro. Let's not act like it's not what it's not. Him and Joe players like that are unathletic. They're very good.
Cut the music.
If you have guys who are on that, listen. If you have guys who are on the same skill level, all right, and one is egregiously more athletic than the other, then we know who the better player is. LeBron James, I can tell you that there have probably been a few players who may have been at that same level of skill or near it offensively with LeBron when he was, you know what I'm saying, with the Heat. Offensively, Paul Pierce's game was up there. Offensively, Carmelo's game was up there. But LeBron was so far leaps and bounds more athletic than those niggas. He's able to do things that they couldn't do when they couldn't do it. Okay. And that's what it comes down to.
No, I'm with you.
No.
Hey, listen, this is y'all. This between y'all.
Listen, when you look at the best of the best of all time, who do we talk about?
Oh, I got you. So let's
we talk about the Jordans. We talk about the Kobe's. We talk about the LeBrons.
Let's talk about it.
Tim Duncan barely gets in there, but niggas first thing niggas mention is the system and pop.
Please bring the screen back on me. Before I do that, though,
we don't talk about Reggie Miller.
I hope Dale, and I hope Christian having a wonderful night. But let me talk to Nard one time.
We don't really talk about Dirk.
What do you mean we don't talk about Dirk?
If Dirk, listen, all I'm saying is if Dirk was more athletic, he could do more, wasn't so fucking slow, he might have got.
So hold on. Now KG for all his athleticism, right, he still had to go to Boston and team up with other all-star caliber players. Shout out to Earl, to win a championship, right? Yet Dirk with his non-athleticism,
Earl senior year of high school.
Hold up, Dirk with his non-athleticism is still, you know, when he retired, top 5 scorer of all time, top in rebounds, like top 30 rebounds all time, stuff like that. So I don't know if athleticism had anything to do with that. Also, you mentioned Tim Duncan, who was undoubtedly the greatest power forward of all time. I don't think athleticism had anything to do with that.
He's the greatest power forward.
Hold up, time out.
So
Then we go into the conversation about some of the better spinners. And besides like Shaq in his young days, it all comes down to finesse. It all comes down to game control. I don't think athleticism have anything to do with it.
I said the best players.
Also, time out. I let you.
I said the best players. Period.
I let you go. So
that's
let's
why
talk about.
Never in that conversation.
Okay. First of all, if athleticism had anything to do with it, then Vince Carter would have 7 MVPs. So why are we even mentioning athleticism in the conversation right now? Hold up, brother. Nard, I let you go. Let me retort. As I was saying, if athleticism has something to do with it, Vince Carter would have 9 MVPs.
That's not what I said, though.
No.
I said the skill matches. The skill sets are even.
So again, this year, 2023, 2024, the year of our Lord, was Ant Edwards in any most valuable player conversations at all?
Yeah, he was
Nard.
He was in the top 10.
Yeah.
He was fifth.
He was fifth, right? Now, who were in that top 3, right? 2 non-athletic Europeans who can shoot. Oh, because I know he can shoot. Because Ant Edwards wasn't the scoring champion that year. You know who was the non-athletic Luka Doncic? The same non-athletic Luka Doncic who was almost leading the league in assists at the same time. The same non-athletic Luka Doncic who averages a triple-double based off his stats, if you pay attention to this. So, yes, he can't dunk, but the way he can control the game, brother, I love Ant and his cool shoes, too. He ain't fucking with Luka Doncic, bro.
Bro, what I'm telling you is Luka Doncic and Jokic, neither one of those unathletic motherfuckers can play defense. Why? Because they're unathletic.
Oh, time out.
He's a good example for an athletic big who plays both sides of the ball. Why? Because of the athleticism.
I'm sorry, because I have to put my blinders on for imaginary players. Did we not just watch the Clipper series where Luka played defense and actually helped his team win that series? Did we not watch Luka play defense on this OKC series? So this whole defense thing.
Come on, bro. Guarding a guy who stands in the corner does not count. Lou Dort does not count as defense.
I didn't say Lou Dort. I did not say Lou Dort. I did not say Luka Dort.
It wasn't Lou Dort. Lou Dort was cooking.
I guarantee he wasn't guarding any bucket getters. Because Jason Kidd's not going to do that. Why would you put Luka on a bucket getter? But Anthony Edwards locked up Jamal Murray. All I'm saying,
he did do. This
is what LeBron was doing in his younger career. This is what Kobe was doing in their younger careers. This is what Jordan was doing in their younger careers. The best players play the best. They're the best player on offense, and they take your best player out the game on defense when the position matches. That's how it goes, bro. That's just that's to me. So, like I said, this is all contingent on Anthony Edwards beating the Mavs and winning the finals. I'm not saying he's the best right now. I'm saying he's giving me LeBron vibes. And even though LeBron didn't win the finals, his roster was clearly so underwhelming that you knew by his play that he was clearly the best player in the league. I'm not saying that Anthony Edwards' roster helps. So it does make him look better. However, the way he's playing, not only on offense, doing it on defense, if he wins it and wins finals MVP, to me, he's the best player in the league.
Okay, well,
so you're putting Anthony Edwards, and you got me defending Jesus Christ. You got Anthony Edwards over Luka, Jokic, Giannis, Shea. Like, I don't even have Anthony.
Okay,
Edwards
let me ask you this. Out of those players we named, right? Who does what better than Anthony Edwards?
Everybody does what better than
what? Jokic passes better than him. Okay. I mean, of course he'll rebound better. He's a 7-footer. But what else?
Does Anthony Edwards rebound better than anybody I just named?
I just said Jokic. Okay, I'll give Luka. That's the only thing Luka can do on defense. So of course
does he rebound better than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
He rebound better than Shea. Yeah, I'll get if he rebounds better than Shea.
Does he rebound better than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
No, okay, these guys are
Does
7
he
footers.
pass
I
better?
say that.
Does he
But they're
pass
7
better?
footers that play. Listen, they're 7 footers that play close to the basket. We can find endless niggas who rebound better than LeBron or fucking or any of the other top. KD's a 7 footer, and you'll find endless niggas with more rebounds than him because he plays away from the basket. So to me, okay, that's fine.
Brother, do you hear what you're saying right now, brother? Do you hear what you pass better than Jokic?
He's not a pass. He's a scorer. How many guys in the league pass better than
How is he? So how am I gonna put a guy who you're basing off his athleticism
but
and
you're saying,
scoring
okay, this
over
guy
the scoring champion? What are we talking about?
No, what did I say? It is contingent on him winning the finals. If he wins the finals, then now they're both champions. Now it comes down to me who does what, who can do more on the court, Anthony Edwards or Jokic. Jokic offensively, he's amazing, but we just saw that you can shut that down too. Why? Because at a certain point, if you can't move faster than me and our other players are playing the passing lanes how they're supposed to, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do when you can't force your way.
So let's take it to the tail of the tape. Let's take it to the tail of the tape. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Nelson was good. Donnie was good. AJ was good. Trey was good.
What's shaking?
Winston
I
was
see
good,
everybody
man.
in the chat.
Everybody tapping in, man. Salute, man. Shout out to the guests from the stands, faithful, man.
Hey, Nelson, brother. We are lifting you up in prayer this week.
This is crazy.
We lighting a candle at mass for y'all. We are putting in the sick room.
Oh, I didn't even see Nelson's comments. Steph nor Kyrie were ever considered the best player in the league. Well, maybe some people consider Steph, but I never did. Why is Steph ever the best player in the league, bro? He's a shooter, bro. Get out of here.
That don't mean
he was
considered.
That don't mean he's not the best player.
How are you the best player in the league? If that's the case, why wasn't Ray Allen ever considered the best player?
Because he wasn't a scorer to the level that Steph Curry.
Because Ray
I'm not saying he's not better than Ray Allen, but I'm saying Steph Curry is the best shooter in the league. Yes, that's fine. But what else? Let's be honest. What else? He's not an amazing passer. He's okay on defense. He can put the ball on the floor. But
he was leading the league in steals too, I believe.
He was leading the league in steals. He led the league in steals at one point.
Okay, so now we're gonna act like Steph Curry. So let's go to the first team. Did he make second team?
Okay, let's put it to you this way. Let me put it to you this way.
Wait a
minute. Hold on. Let me put it to you this way.
I just said
when you win back-to-back league MVP, scoring titles in the same season, first team All NBA, and cap those off with championships. Yeah, no, you in the conversation for best player in the NBA.
Cap those off with championships, like. Bro, all that shit is muddy water. We know for a fact KD, all that.
Oh, wait. Let me stop. Hold on. Let me stop you there. Let me stop you there for a second. Let me stop you there.
The most recent one, okay.
Let me stop you there. You can't say, but listen what I'm saying. You can't say it's muddy water when you just said that a championship would validate Ant being the best player in the league.
I said, bro, what else came along with that? I said when the when the skills match the other players who are in contingent.
He scored 30 a game, like shooting over 50. Shooting 50% from the three.
Curry did not have that jump shot like that, bro. He's not Kyrie Irving as a point
guard. That's a skill.
Oh, that's okay. So I understand. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that to me did not make him the best player in the league because at the end of the day, yes, he shoots it well, but we've seen him go cold before.
Okay, cool. All right. And I appreciate the caveat for doesn't make him the best player for you, and that's fine. Of course, there's going to be people that agree with you and people that don't. I understand that, but all I'm saying is things have to equal the same for everybody across the board. That's all I'm saying. But look, let's get to the series at hand.
Yes,
we got the Mavs, and we got the
Timberwolves.
Damn, the Timberwolves. Sorry. Yeah. Minnesota Timberwolves. And let me tell you something. Before we get to this, D'Angelo Russell, you nasty motherfucker, you. Don't you dare call them the goddamn Minneapolis Lakers. Shut it up. Shut it up.
You know what I was about to say, but we brothers.
They are not the Minneapolis Lakers. Don't do this.
Brothers.
Don't
You
do
remember
this.
that conversation we had a couple days?
Hey,
My
listen.
brothers.
I remember.
Hey,
I remember.
Hey,
what happens on Earth stays on Earth.
Stays on Earth. Don't do this.
Hey, listen. On one hand, he has a picture of Malcolm X tattooed right here, and then on the other hand, he hugged up with white women. So that nigga just live in contradictions. He just live in a contradictory space.
Look, look. I get it, bro. He's trolling this, that, and the third. But we lost. All right? Lost. Yeah. You know why I'm comfortable we lost? I don't like it. But you know why I'm comfortable we lost? Because it's reality. And I can't escape reality. Reality is we lost. Okay? We lost. We got swept. Matter of fact, we've lost now 10 straight games to them boys.
You didn't get swept.
Oh, was it 4-1?
You won one game.
Oh yeah, it was 4. Okay. Out of the last 10 games, out of the last 10 or 11 games, we won one game.
And to be fair, in that series, there were 2 games you guys could have won.
Oh well, absolutely. Hey, but
could have been 3-1 series.
But we didn't do it.
You know,
but we didn't do it. You
didn't do it, but I'm just
we didn't do it
out there that y'all are not just complete trash.
Appreciate it, but look. Yeah. So Nard, Kyrie's your guy. We know this, and I'm with you, Kyrie. You know, hey, you ain't gonna find me 50 better players to me than Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie top 10.
You not, huh?
Kyrie top 10. Right.
No, I'm talking about all time. You ain't gonna find 50 better players.
Top 5 what?
Right now.
Top 5. He's top. I got him top. He's a top 20 in the league.
I got him top 15.
I got him probably 15. I'd have to really sit down and look at the team.
All right.
I'd go off guys, you know what I'm saying, who get the job done when the job needs to be getting done. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the regular season to me, bro. That's just how I see it.
I feel you. I ain't gonna say that's 82 games. I say fuck the regular season. But I understand. For you, it ain't for you. I get it. But
what are the 82 games for?
They're to build up to the positioning of the playoffs and to win an MVP.
To do what?
To build up for the positioning of the
playoffs. The whole season is set up for the end of it. So the reason they pay you so many millions, the reason they do it's all for the end of the season. So of course, yeah, the shit matters. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 because you want to get a certain seeds and all that. But to me, the best players are going to be playing towards the end of it. So.
Is it no? Earl, I got to
not always.
They're not even just going to be playing well.
Is it the best players or the best team? And you know how you get the best team by doing your best play.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like guys who only count literally what you're doing on the court is what makes you a best player. As far as like what you're seeing, the actual skill set of the game. Yeah, but there's a lot of other shit that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? Certain mentalities, and it makes you produce. So, yeah, the best teams make it there because they're led by certain people. And those certain people have certain characteristics. And that's why those teams are the best. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a nigga could be the best. Like I take KD, for example. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the most skilled players ever, but he's not one of the best to me because he don't have enough to make his team win. He doesn't. He lacks something that other players have.
Wait. Hold on. I just want to pause you right there.
Even LeBron didn't have necessarily when we went up against, even all the way up until the Maverick series, LeBron still didn't have it. But there's something that you eventually find if you're going to be one of them. And then it pulls your whole legacy together. It pulls the front half when you didn't have it, pause, to the back half when you found it. It's like, okay, you always had it in, you just had to find that shit. When you never find it, bro, to me, you're just one of the most skilled players ever. You're not one of the best, though, because one of the best, they have that.
Best or greatest. Hold on, because we're best or greatest.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you're talking.
That's also good. When you say best, that's
shit's interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I don't use it like that, bro. To me, I'm a sports guy. I'm not a fucking English teacher. The best.
No, but I look at it like this. Okay.
Because if that's the case, Robert Horry has to go down as one of the greatest because of the late game shots.
No. But when I say best,
those are championships not won if he doesn't hit certain shots.
No, so I understand that. True. But when I say best player, best to me,
especially that raggedy ass shot he hit in 0-2.
Right, you got count
you're like a Magic fan.
Fisher and all that, bro.
Best to me, it's intertwined with skill because that's something that we can actually like. Greatness is a moment.
Too.
Not really.
How
Greatness is
I mean, you were just on the team.
No, to me, greatness is opportunity more than anything. Like, okay, there are players that have more championships. No. But there are players that have more. There are players that have more championships than LeBron James, right? But LeBron, to me, his greatness as a player, because everything matched up at the height of heights for him, is what makes him a greater player than just because of those championships. Like that don't to me it don't. I get what you're saying.
That's why I'm saying greatest and best are intertwined, bro, because it's not necessarily championships and actually winning it does come down to, you know what I'm saying?
I'll put it to you this way. If I can simplify
the who your team is, who your coach is, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
If I can simplify, it's like this. It's like this.
You see things and you see certain guys who get to certain places in spite of. You can look at a certain team, even with Toronto. Toronto didn't have, if that team doesn't have Kawhi, they're not getting that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see that when you watch it. So yeah, it's about the team, but you can also clearly see that this team is not this team if they don't have this particular person. And
I just don't know about that to Kevin. But I hear. I don't know that.
So give me examples. Give me examples.
So okay, wasn't Toronto like considered like the number 2 team? Like, doesn't the record say they were number 2? So again, another big thing.
Toronto was considered the number 2 team in the East.
Yeah. After LeBron,
why? Because DeMar DeRozan was there too. Because so you replaced DeMar DeRozan
because as a team that they were number 2. They just couldn't get team.
Who are their players, bro? Who are their 2 best players?
DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry.
Okay, so now you replace DeMar DeRozan, who was their best player, with a player who's better than him, and now instead of being the number 2 team, they're a championship team.
No. We get that. Earl, I want this. I want this. We get that. I want this. No. The reason they won a championship, brother, is because the Cleveland Cavaliers disbanded, and they went to a championship and faced a Golden State Warriors who were dealing with injuries. So let's not act like Kawhi is just leaps and bounds better than DeRozan.
Regardless, if that's DeMar DeRozan and not Kawhi, they're not winning that.
I can't say that because the situation is different. I cannot say that. They didn't have to face the Cavs, bro. I can't.
Okay. I'll lean to this. Kawhi, I don't know that DeMar could carry them past that Sixers team.
I don't even know if they beat the Sixers.
As I say, I don't know that DeMar could carry them past the Sixers team or the Bucks. I don't
saw the Raptors do it. They just couldn't get past LeBron. So here's the thing: we're speaking on a lot of what ifs right now.
It is.
So that's
right. No, but you're right. But here's the facts: when they had DeMar DeRozan, they never win one. When they got Kawhi, they won one the first year. That's a fact.
I guess the only thing that kind of leans to the conversation is they never had a chance. I guess the only thing that helps them out is that they never had a chance to run it with DeMar DeRozan without LeBron being.
That's all I'm saying.
So that's a what if. What if?
No, it is. No, 100%.
We know is why got there and they won.
Yo, this I ain't gonna lie. This is an insane comment, bro.
Hey, man.
What? What? But look, let's get to instead of the what ifs, let's get to the factuals. The factuals are the Nuggets were taken down by the Timberwolves in 7 games in one of the best game 7s I've ever seen in my life.
Oh man, the comeback was crazy.
Hey, listen, a 20-point comeback, just resilience and will to win, and that I will not die attitude. That alludes to somewhat of what Nard is saying. In that moment, that is a greatness moment. Like you go out and you beat who's been perennially considered the best player in the league for the last few years, a multiple-time MVP.
Probably this decade.
Probably
3 times, bro. That's
probably. I mean, he's a 3-time MVP in 4 years of this decade. He's probably the best player in the decade. But that's fine. But he's you beat them, and to come back the way that they did. You know, you got to say to yourself, man, that's one of the greatest feats we've ever seen. And what's crazy is, bro, although I don't like the comparisons of the Laker thing, Here's what I will say about this.
Thank you. By the way.
Here's what I hate, and not because I'm a Laker fan, but I just think they're two different teams. What I will say, if you want to compare that to anything at all, you can compare that Game 7 to Game 7 of the 2010 Finals when Kobe offensively couldn't get it done, but he still was going out there playing defense and doing whatever he could and rebounding to do whatever he could to do his part to not shoot them out of the game, but also to depend on your teammates stepping up. I mean, that was a team won game, and I think the way that team dialed in, that's the kind of stuff that makes champions in the long run. And just the way that they played was two different halves of basketball, man. That's just a fact. They played two different halves of basketball. They played like two completely different teams.
Can we speak on that? Because I feel like that was the key to that loss. I don't feel like this is gonna sound like hate, but let me give me like 2 minutes to explain where I'm going with this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like the T-Wolves won for sure. They did their job, but I also feel like it was more of Denver and just terrible selection with what they were doing in that second half. In that second half, that was a different team. They came 100%. Out. The shot selection was horrendous. They were not getting back on defense. And I'm going to say it. I love how everybody loves to talk about, Luka complains to the refs, which we all see. But every time we turned around, Jokic was hopping up and down because they were stripping him. They were blocking him. They were, frustrating him on defense. And he wasn't getting back. And when you're going against the T-Wolves and it's 5-on-4 and Naz Reid can get down there, Ant can get down there, and it's a Mike Conley open three. Like, it's going to go in. So I do feel like they definitely, for that batter, they definitely tricked it off, But
yeah, 100%.
I can't take away the fact that even though he had a terrible first half, I will give Ant-Man credit for pushing through and, making sure he did something, because that's what the greats do. I do think, though, Denver has to look at themselves and say, where is that other guy? Where
Larry,
hold on before you go, respectfully. Where is that other guy where if Jokic is not having a night, Porter Jr. is not having a night, Jamal is doing whatever? Because Aaron Gordon, if I remember correctly, he didn't have that much points. And also, this is
him and MPJ had a horrible game.
Yeah. Hold on. And before I say this, this is just proof.
This nigga said if Jokic ain't having a night, this nigga ain't having a night, this nigga
he ain't saying.
Yeah, I mean, shit, that for all-star caliber play.
No.
All-star caliber players.
The point I'm making, you're funny. The point I'm making is they are showing. I said at the beginning of the year, shout out to Show Your Work. That was like that was in September when we did this. But I said they are going to miss Bruce Brown.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the point I was getting to. Yep. They miss Bruce Brown right about now because Bruce Brown, when they won, was the guy that was getting it going for them. And now that they don't have Bruce, I'm not saying that that's an excuse. I'm just saying they are definitely missing his, 13-point presence he had for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
that's a key difference when it comes to series like this, because as we know in the playoffs, it comes down to depth. At the end of the day.
Well, Dellavedova was our guy too, and we went to the finals after that. So
I know you did not just compare Matthew.
That's my point. I'm talking about a nigga who averaged 8 points on his career. Like, come on, bro. No, stop.
What did he average?
But come on. He was clearly a glue guy for them that playoffs.
And so was Dellavedova, but we lost that nigga. I'm just saying, but you come on, bro. Guys like that, are we serious right now?
Yes, because every team has guys like that.
Those guys are replaceable. You get a guy like that from anywhere.
I get that, but did they replace him this year?
You can't.
You can't replace what that does to your locker room. You can't replace what that does to chemistry. You can't replace what that does to be that spark. Like, some guys are easily it'll be a spark, but if it don't fit, it don't fit. Like, you can't just because he averaged 8 points a game and last year averaged 12, whatever the case may be, it was what they needed at times to get that. Like, you can't diminish.
Hold on. Let's
those kind of guys.
Hold on, even something simple as this, since it don't matter, Nard. The final score of that game was a 10-point difference. If you add his 12 points there, that's a win. So
that's if he scores 12 points.
It's what I expect him to score.
That's what he expects.
Let's go back and look at this nigga's playoffs last year.
he was the difference.
I think the combination
gotta see.
of Brown and Brown on the coming off the bench was really impactful. But while you're looking that up, Mark, I just want to point out to you, Larry, that although he didn't have it going offensively in the beginning of the game, Anthony Edwards, his on-ball defense and him playing defense, especially during the second half, because Murray had to go in the beginning, but the second half he didn't because Ant got on him and Ant locked him down. I like guys like that. That's the number one thing I like. Like, you can't always control your offense. Some nights you don't have it.
Your legs ain't there, your shot ain't there. Just ain't there.
Listen, that man is a dog, bro. And that's what you got to do in order to get your team over, because you got to trust in your other teammates to get you over the hump. I mean, not even trying
if I don't have it offensively, I'm gonna give my full effort on defense. And a lot of guys don't do that. And he does that, and that impresses the ever-loving hell out of me.
I mean, but that
shows me what type of competitor.
That's what you got to do, and I mean, that's why I gave to my own horn. That's why I gave Luka his props in the Clipper series, because he had to play defense against those guys. And there were some games where PGs just went nuclear, but those games were hard, and some of those other guys got, not gonna say shut down, but stopped enough for you to win the game. That's what you got to do. You can't just, just do it one game here, one game there. It's got to be every single game, because you have.
Oh my God, Boston is about to trick this off.
It's Boston. It's Boston. I told you niggas for years. This is what the Boston.
This is funny.
Oh, y'all haven't been watching?
Oh my God.
Hey,
let's get back. Let's get back to this series. Let me ask y'all this. Obviously, we know what happened. You just got to give a shout out to the Timberwolves, and I don't want to take nothing away from them. They were dialed in. But the after effect of the game. If it's one thing about me, bro, people don't like to see me win because I talk shit. And I get that. I understand. Motherfuckers hate I win. But you know what? When I lose, I take my losses like a man. What I saw Coach Mike Malone do was some of the most hoe-ass shit I've ever seen in my entire life as a coach. You talk all year. You talk, oh yeah, the Lakers, da-da-da-da-da, and everybody else, and it's that you was big, you was big timing. You lose, and all of a sudden it's a dumbass question. Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, as a coach, bro, I feel like that. I mean, in the heat of the moment, I understand where that's like. If we're down, let's say we're up 21, and like if I'm the Falcons coach, that Super Bowl year. Well, you were up 28 in the third, or 28-3 in the third. How does it feel to? What the fuck does it matter how much we were up? We lost.
No, but see, that's cool.
What is he supposed to be like? Yeah, you're right. We're up 20. We should have kept our foot on. Like, the season's over.
No, but if you can dish it and you can shit talk. No, but I'm saying if you can dish it, you can shit talk. You gotta be able to take it in the heat of the moment.
You gotta take it. You can't.
Well, I'm saying, what was he? That was a. To me, that's a.
I don't know.
How do you feel after being up 20? How do you think?
It just, to me, bro. If you talking shit, that's a whole ass response to me.
You know what you gotta say. You know what you have to say. You have to say, "Hey, man, we didn't play our best. We got to go in the offseason. We got to work on this. The better team won."
Yeah, bro. I just say I ain't like that, bro.
He's
gonna
say, "I know that," but how does it feel to be so close, being up that much? And that's gonna piss you off more because you ain't answer the question.
Yeah.
Well, when you were trolling and everything else, you wasn't pissed off then.
When you were bringing the Lakers up in your NBA Finals celebration, like
like you were bringing up a team that he was talking about the Lakers more than he did the Heat, and he beat the Heat for the championship.
I mean,
I don't know, bro. That was hard.
Look, if I'm gonna get on Giannis for losing, last year, and it's like, oh my God, do you get a promotion the next year? All that. I got to get on everybody. If I got to get on Darvin Ham for throwing a starter under the bus in this post game, bro.
Now that is wild. Okay, that's wild. When you talking about, if you have someone who shit the bed, like that's wild.
Bro. Like I don't like stuff like that.
Here's the thing.
That's your own player. You're asking me, but the question is, you're asking me how do I feel because of how much we were up. If we lost, that's done. That's a question that you ask someone when you were up 20 and you had to win by a game winner. You know what I'm saying? If you lost, because
the
it
rules
doesn't
don't
matter if
change.
you were up
The
20
rules
or
don't.
you were up 3. You
The
lost.
No, the rules
No,
don't change.
I get him feeling
you
the
as
way
a
he did.
coach. You as a coach are at the end of the day are the leader of your team for this in that situation, right? You are the leader of your team.
Mm-hmm.
You have to answer the tough questions. This is what you are paid to do. You are one of 30 chosen people to be in this position
But I'm
to do
saying,
it.
how do you answer that question? How does it feel?
No,
being
we're
up
not.
20
No,
after you
at
lose?
least what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that he didn't have a right to feel like, bro, are you serious? My point is, don't have the pissy little attitude when you were sitting up there pulling your eye down and sticking your tongue out at everybody throughout the year. No, bro, it come with it.
You must have never lost a game that you wanted to win, nigga.
I'm not saying that, but
I have.
Oh
And
my God, it's peaks and valleys, bro. And unfortunately, you can't act like a little spoiled brat.
Not realistic when you're talking about a game 7, bro, and you were up 20. You know what I'm saying? And you ended up losing that motherfucker. Like, don't ask me how I feel about being up 20. Ask me
fucking mind.
What was I?
No, not you.
How did we lose? What was it that they did in the second half to change? But you're asking me how do I feel about how much we were up and we lost? That to me, that's stupid.
Okay, but look, all I'm saying is,
hold on. Can we also talk about?
You asked an emotional question though.
You did. He did ask a question that invokes emotion. I'll give him that. But I just don't like. I ain't like how, you know what I'm saying? It's like this. It's like when you talking shit and all of a sudden you lose. Now all of a sudden you want to throw a pouty party about it. No, nigga, you was talking all that shit.
Like I said, I could see. To me, I think because you have to understand the person too. Because I don't know Mike Malone, but I know myself personally. I know I'm a very specific person. Very specific person. So if you ask me, how do I feel about losing this series when we had control of the series? You know what I'm saying? Blah, say blah. Or how did it get to that? How did it happen? Not how do I feel about it? How the fuck would you feel if you lost? How did it happen? You know what I'm saying? That to me is a question where you want an actual basketball answer. But you asking me, how do I feel about losing? How the fuck would you feel if you wrote the best article you ever wrote and your job fucking fired?
All I know is this: if it
were
me,
you have to be honest and say, "Hey, we lost. We got to get back in the lab. We got to get it together."
No, I know that, but that's not answering the question he asked. I know that
is answering the question. What are you talking?
He said, "How do you feel about about being up 20 and losing?"
And
that's
you can say
about this game.
And you can say.
So what you're saying, Nar, is basically it's stupid to ask me how I feel. Obviously,
like I said, I'm a specific person, but to me, you're not answering my question. If I was a reporter, that's not an answer. You avoided my question.
If you ask me the question, I'm gonna tell you right now. I am pissed off. I'm frustrated. We shit the bed today. But guess what? We're gonna go in summer. We're gonna make this shit right. We're gonna get everybody right, and we're gonna come back and run it back. That's how you answer that shit. Yeah. You can address your emotion, and you can also turn around and say, "Hey, we're gonna look forward to the future and move on." But when
I agree with that. In a perfect world, that is what the fuck you would want as a GM. You would want your coach to say. Just me as a coach, I know for a fact that's not coming out of my mouth.
Hey, listen, I respect you being real.
It's like, God damn, bro.
So let me ask you this, Nar. You look at it as
Chris has been trying to say something.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, can we appreciate
turn you up? Hold on.
Can we appreciate Dana McDaniel's dunk attempt at the end?
Oh, yo, that was funny.
I ain't gonna lie. That shit was hard. That shit was hard.
Hey,
it was hard.
I needed that. I needed that.
That shit was hard.
I needed
but look,
that.
let's get to the meat and potatoes of this matchup because we're a little over time.
Real quick, but Nelson, that question goes back to how Tom Thibodeau coached the game. That's not asking him how he feels. They're asking him about his rotations and about how overplaying players. That's basketball. That's a basketball question. You fucking up on your rotations. Why are you having this player play this many minutes if he's injured? Blah blah blah. To me, those are basketball questions. That's not directly asking him his emotion. That's like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, how does he feel about the players?
They did.
So are you saying so what you're saying is they asked him an emotional question, they got an emotional response, or a question that invoked around emotion, and he answered with emotion.
Sounds
to me.
That sounds
I'm
weird.
not mad at that.
Earl, send the link. I've had enough.
Don't send that man a link. He needs to
Send it to his ass.
Listen.
No,
Let's get. Because I know we only got Larry for a little bit. I want to get to why the fuck can I think right now? Thunder versus Mavs.
All right, let's go.
I got. Let me a second. Thunder versus Mavs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit, bro. What can we say? Look, man, Hooper's hoop, bro. Kyrie and Luka showed you that Hooper's hoop when it mattered. Now, look, none of this, and I mean none of it, falls on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Yeah, he is. He's been hurt since the middle of the season.
He's slower than he usually moves.
He's been layering an Achilles and stuff all.
No, don't start this shit, man.
Good chance. There's a good chance that he does not.
He didn't look like he was laboring out there.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but he had remember he sat. What did he sit? 1 game or 2 games in the first round. But no,
he didn't sit any games in the first round.
There's talk that he will not play in the Olympics this summer because of this Achilles. So,
I mean, as far as he's gotten, I would probably sit out too. But
yeah,
again, we in overtime. Okay.
Yeah.
But his country, when you go that hard for your country, you got it. He's probably gonna do it. But
Larry, what won y'all this series?
PJ Washington.
And not even just PJ Washington. The team trusting each other that when Kyrie and Luka are not having their best game, still being willing to step up in that moment. So there have been guys who have had terrible, like not even their best year. Josh Green, for example, who hit some clutch shot in that series. You had PJ Washington, who when Luka was not having his best game, he'd go out and put out 29, 25-point games. So it came down to that. I do think that what won us this is that OKC, as good as they are, it's really not that much bad I can say about them. I just think, honestly, the better team just honestly won. I really can't even shit on them because they did what they were supposed to do. I just think that the better team won. I think we had too much as far as just X factors, bench play, things like that. But they'll get better. I think Case and Wallace is a dog. I think both Jalen Williams are really good. Shea proved that he is, without a shadow of a doubt, going to be not just a one-season wonder as far as like MVP conversations. Like his mid-range is wicked. He's going to be a dog. So I don't think they'll be going anywhere. They'll be in the conversation next year as well. But I just think the better team just so happened to win. So it could have went either way. We could have lost 4-2. I've said that this entire playoff. So yeah, man.
I'll tell you this. To Nard's point about the regular season. While I don't agree, I will give him this. There's a certain cachet of being dialed in to play the same team 7 times that a regular season can look like fool's gold. Now, I don't think it was necessarily fool's gold that the Thunder lost, but when you have experience and have the cerebral aptitude, got that word, cerebral aptitude, the cerebral aptitude to be able to dial in and see tendencies, you can almost make the Thunder a one-trick pony show, and that's kind of how we got to Game 6. Close as it was. Yeah. And Shea was able to get off. When the Thunder couldn't establish an X factor, that'll kill you.
I think that's where the youth comes in, because the thing about Dallas, because we are a young team too. Quiet as kept, we are a young team as well. Younger.
Yeah, I mean, what? Kyrie's the oldest player, 31.
Kyrie's the oldest player. Gafford's young. Lively's young. PJ's young. Luka's, like, they're all younger guys, right? I really feel like that X factor with us was you had the team's position, and those guys. Kyrie wanted it in those second halves. Luka, despite injury, wanted it. I'm not saying OKC didn't want it because they wanted it too. I just think it just came down to chance. I mean, we could have lost Game 6 if they didn't call that foul. We could have lost a couple games, but it's about, squeezing out that dub, and I think we just.
I mean, that was a foul.
It was a foul. No, I'm saying, but if the refs didn't call that,
that's true.
Because they could have easily, that could have been an easy, article the next day of, oh, well, after review, it actually was a foul, but sorry, Mavs, y'all lost the game.
Last 2 minutes report.
Last 2 minute report. Thank you for that. Yes.
Bro, does that piss y'all off too?
Yes.
I know they have to do it, but I hate it so much because it's just like, we fucked this up.
It's a requirement.
I know.
It's also like, bro, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, bro. Like, don't do that. But
and then come back the next day and then tell me, oh yeah, I did actually piss on your leg.
Yeah, because it can't change the outcome of the game.
So. Hey, Larry, I'm not Drake. Don't piss on my leg at all. But anyways.
10 out of 10.
Survival. Shout out to Sid, man. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, look, I agree with what y'all saying. Christian, as a Thunder fan, what improvements to this roster do you want to see next year?
Wait, stop it. He's not a Thunder fan. Say as a Thunder. We gotta find a term for it. God damn it! But
supporter.
He's a supporter. He's a Heat fan. He's a supporter.
No. As a weather supporter.
It's a good point. He does like heat and weather. Matter of fact, Christian, your new name is Kalo K Weatherman.
Kalo K Weatherman. Kalo K Storm. So
Kalo
K Storm. He was about Derek White.
Exactly, Nelson. He's a what fan? Exactly.
Hey, look, now, to be fair.
I remember when you were conflicted. Misusing your influence. Sometimes I did the same.
A meteorologist.
I remember Christian being a big Tyler Hero fans in 2 different finals.
Hey, no, listen. Look, I remember Christian. He convinced me he was a Thunder fan when he put Steven Adams in his top 10 all-time centers.
Oh, yeah. That shit almost convinced me too, though. And he doubled down when niggas was like, "What?" He said, "Well, it's not your top 10." I said,
"Bro, Akeem Olajuwon sitting right there to draft. I'm gonna go with Steven Adams."
Niggas
and it was quiet.
Hey,
listen, it was quiet,
bro. I've never seen Akeem play. What y'all want me to do it? That's like me saying, "Oh, I'm gonna choose fucking Ricky Henderson as my favorite baseball player."
You should.
I've never seen him play.
I'm not gonna hold you, Christian. I've never seen Isaiah Thomas play, but I'm gonna pick that nigga over Eric Snow.
Brother,
I don't disrespect me. Absolutely not.
Hey man, I'm just saying. That brother's confused. He's confused, Tom. But yeah.
Shout out to the Thunder. I personally think Josh Giddey should be on the chopping block.
Now, obviously, as a fan, everybody's gonna, I don't care who we play. But would you rather the Nuggets or you like the Wolves matchup?
Larry?
Oh, me? I thought you was talking to Christian. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I actually prefer this matchup, to be honest with you.
Why is that?
Mike Conley, I love you. I love what you did for the city of Memphis. But you and Ant Edwards are gonna have a long motherfucking day trying to defend Kyrie and Luka Doncic. So I prefer this matchup more. And I also feel like Lively, Gafford, and PJ, and even Cleveland, if he decides to come back, have enough where they won't stop Cat and Gobert. They've got enough to frustrate them. So
you mean just Cat?
So yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Gobert's not an offensive threat, bro. He hit 2 shots that I saw.
Gobert's
not. I thought you meant on both sides of the ball.
Gobert is not a threat. Period.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, he played that off-ball defense well. Go ahead, Larry.
One mic. Let me break this down. If you ever watch a Dallas Maverick game, right? It's never the stars that beat us. It's always, why does Markieff Morris have 25 points tonight? Why does Miles Plumlee have 20 points tonight? So that's what I'm saying. It's never that. So in this series, the X factor for them is Jaden Daniels and Alexander Walker and Reed. Those are going to be the X factors because we know Ant Edwards is going to be.
Reed could be dangerous because Reed is he's not a big body. He's like in between, you know what I'm saying? But he can shoot that motherfucker, and he can get busy a little
Yeah.
bit.
He can get busy on both sides. Yeah,
I do think it's gonna be tough though, because I mean, both Derrick Jones Jr. and PJ have been just playing some of the best stretches of their career these last series. So if they can continue that,
55.
That's DJJ.
That's
Or
Derrick
Oh
Jones Jr.
yeah, bruh. When he get on, bruh, that joint be falling.
Yeah. So
True.
Yep.
And he'll tear the roof off the motherfucker dead.
Oh yeah. And that's a thing. Like, I don't know how. Granted, Gobert is good, but when you got somebody like Lively who is quicker, Gobert can't run like Lively and Gafford can run. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. And then also outside of Ant Edwards and Cat, I do feel like we can outshoot them. So
did any of y'all watch the show Girlfriends Coming Up?
Of course.
Yes.
Don't Rudy Gobert look like the nigga that Lynn dated when she was in that band?
Yo, Z. What we're not gonna do. Yo, Z.
That's
every NBA player looks like somebody dated on Girlfriends. Okay, the answer is yes.
That's true. That is very true.
The one thing that will help them is the fact that they do have two big men. And Cat, he's not a runner, but he's a little bit more athletic than Gobert, and he's a
grind runner at times. He runs from the grind.
Y'all gonna have to respect his game offensively. You know what I'm saying? Which, like you said, could, you know what I'm saying, potentially leave the door open if Gobert had any sort of anything in him. He'd have a lot of one-on-one opportunities to make something happen. But it's not gonna happen.
Earl,
this is gonna come down to Anthony Edwards being a superhuman. And while I do, like I said, everything I said earlier was contingent on the winning the finals. I don't have them winning this series. I think they're going to lose in 7 or 6, just because I think. So
what was that all about?
Like I said, bro, all of that, because I don't know what's going to happen. Like I'm saying, if he wins this series, bro, to me, if he wins this series, he's going to win the finals. If he wins the finals, I think that he's the best player in the league. I'm not going to say that because he hasn't won anything. I can't say
no.
I'm saying that. Huh?
To Nard's point, if you don't think the person is going to win the series and they do, that does elevate them because they've done the unexpected.
That's right. And I think that a player like him, he can push him over the edge. I just don't believe that's going to happen because of how seasoned that not only Kyrie is, you know what I'm saying, to allude to Nelson's comment earlier, people forget that Luka's very badly tested as well. And even though I was saying, let me finish. Even though I was saying that I feel like Ant is the best player in the league, that doesn't mean that I don't think that Luka's a superstar or one of those top 3 guys in the league. And that's just as if you're at 3, you could easily be 1. I just feel like the way it reminds me a lot of those young guys that we saw who ended up being the best player in the league at some point. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it to you this way, Nard.
I got a question for you when you get done. When you get done, bro.
While I don't think necessarily along that lines per se, he's on the way there. I'll give you this. If Ant does what everybody was waiting on Jason Tatum to do to put him as the best player in the league, and Ant were to do it, I think it's unfair to not give that to Ant in less time completing the story. You get what I'm saying?
He has to win because Jason Tatum.
Yeah, no, for sure. So I say while it may not be necessarily for me, with everybody getting ready to give it to Ant or give it to Jason Tatum, if he does what Jason Tatum didn't do the same productivity, and looks better doing it.
True.
Apples and oranges are fruit.
It looks cool, but all right.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So that's all I'm saying. We got an incoming transmission. Hold on, we got an incoming transmission here live from Texas.
Hello,
it's Mr. Half a Bird himself.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi, sir. What's up, twin?
What's up, boss?
I got a question for Nard. So if that same conversation switches to the Eastern Conference and Halliburton beats the Celtics and Halliburton beats the Timberwolves, would you say Halliburton is the best player in the league?
No, because you have to remember the beginning of the conversation was when the skill matches the other top three guys. I think if Halliburton was to win, it's more about what's around him than him himself. Just because he's the best player on that team, I don't think that if he goes to the Timberwolves, he's not taking Anthony Edwards' place. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Anthony Edwards came to the Pacers, Halliburton's not starting no more. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Well, no, because they play two different
Play
positions.
two different
Yeah,
positions.
but
if we're just talking straight wing guys, I don't care about small forward shooting guys. If they had a wing spot and there's only one of them, if Anthony Edwards had to play small forward, then he played over Tyrese Halliburton, is what I'm saying.
Halliburton's
I get it. I see.
Halliburton's a point guard. But
Well, I don't give a fuck what if it was point guard. Anything outside of power forward and center. Any ball handling position, I'm choosing Anthony Edwards over Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay, if you want to tell me that he's a better player than Halliburton, I'm cool with that.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying even if hypothetically Indy, it's not all about just winning the championship. It's when the skills match the other top guys and y'all are basically even and you play those guys and you win the championship. To me, I don't care if you're only 22. You look like the best player.
I just want to put this out real quick. Just to hear it. Anthony Edwards this year.
Stats.
Anthony this year averaged 26 a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting
50,
like 49, 50? Like that.
Yeah, 46% from the field.
Okay.
Luka Doncic. No, not at all. Luka Doncic.
Oh Lord.
Averaged 33.9.
Yes,
9.2
look at that absurd ass
9.2 rebounds, shooting 487 from the field.
Now I also want
from three.
What from three? I didn't look at the threes because I mean that doesn't really separate it from me. I don't really care about.
Now another player
that's not for me. But if you want the three, I'll give it to you. 3-point percentage was 382 to
38%.
To what is it?
I said so
35%. Yeah, so pretty much 38 to 36.
So who had 38? Was it Luka?
Luka had a 38, and Winslow had 35.
All right, so in that same argument, right, that same stretch, right? One other player in this playoffs, Jalen Brunson, averaged 28.7 points, had 6.7 assists per game, 3.6 rebounds, had a 47.9 for basically 48% field goal percent. Also had 84% from the free throw line and a 40% 3-point percentage. So by that nature,
are you saying Jalen Brunson is a better player than Anthony Edwards to you?
I'm telling you, based on the season, Jalen Brunson had a better season than Anthony
Finals MVP with those numbers, dropping those 40 balls. I don't give a fuck who it is, bro. It doesn't matter. Y'all keep throwing. You throw names out there. If they do what I just said, I think if Anthony Edwards does to be the best player, I didn't know who Anthony Edwards was before. You know what I'm saying? Whoever at Georgia, I didn't know that nigga when he was young. So he's not. I don't have any personal. It's what he's doing on the court.
No, I got you. I'm asking.
Won the championship. And he to me would be the best player in the league.
That's cool. Okay. So I'm saying, I'm telling you, in these playoffs, which I said regular season numbers. Let's talk about the playoffs where it matters, as you mentioned earlier. Jalen Brunson had 32.4 points, 7.5 assists, 3.3 rebounds, and had a 44% field goal percentage. Not too shabby, if you ask me. So if he won with that team with those injuries, I could argue by your logic, hey, he might be the best in the world. But here's the thing about that, right? I don't do that simply because it's still a team sport at the end of the day. And I do think that the skill set is different. So me, respectfully, as much as I fuck with Ant-Man and his cool shoes, by the way, it's still the team that he's got around him, brother. So we going to see what happens with this series, but Mavs in 6.
I will say Mavs in 6. I'll say this.
You can say that about anybody, though. You know what I'm
saying? Anthony Edwards is still the best player on the team.
If Kyrie wasn't on this team, bro, y'all would have been out the playoffs.
Anthony Edwards is still the best player.
If Luka wasn't on this team, they would have been out the playoffs. So
they've been on the team for like
it's always going to be a team around
months.
But you can clearly, it's always going to be a team around somebody. But you can clearly tell who the best player on a team is.
Yeah,
of
course.
Players in the
True.
league are.
I also have witnessed the Pacers and the Knicks without Halliburton and Brunson. So
Right. And those teams have no chance. But what I'm saying is they're also not going to win with those niggas. That's my point. So if Anthony Edwards wins, that's what sets the difference. It's not the fact that the Pacers are not going to be a work. That's like me saying y'all trying to make out saying these guys are good basketball players. Like I'm saying,
No. I'm just asking what is
Word
the
never came out of
Larry
my mouth.
said about the Knicks and the Pacers. He's making it seem like I'm saying that Halliburton and the rest of the guys, the top guys in the league, aren't good basketball players. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's one or two, you know what I'm saying, or possibly three guys that you can truly consider the best player in the league. If they go anywhere, that team is instantly.
I want to ask you this question.
A favorite to go much deeper in the playoffs. Go ahead.
I just want to ask you.
Boston won, by the way, 133-28 in overtime.
Okay, I want to ask you this question so that we can move on. Give me 5 or 6 of those guys for just you, not me, not anybody else, just you. Who these guys are that you are putting in that conversation with Ant Edwards that you feel like, because you're saying that if he wins, he's going to be the best player. So I just want to know, for your perspective, who are these players today, right now?
So you're basically asking like, who's my top 5 players in the league right now?
Yeah, top 5 outside of Ant Edwards. Who's your top 5?
Obviously up there right now the way he's playing the game.
You said who?
Shy, however the fuck you say it.
Okay.
SGA. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Shy Vontae.
Jokic he's a top 5 guy, obviously.
He's the MVP.
Giannis to me is still a top 5 guy. That's 3.
His back is broken.
Word to Mike
I'll
Tyson.
say him. Luka,
where on his back is broken?
Him, Luka, and Ant are the top 5 guys
Everywhere.
So you said Luka,
and Jokic. Outside of Ant.
Outside of Ant.
Oh, you said outside of Ant. Oh, my bad. Bro, honestly, bro, it's hard not to say Jalen Brunson. Like this year, bro, the way he's been bought. Like I know historically, if we're talking career wise, obviously you would have to put in other guys who, you know what I'm saying, done things throughout their career. But this year, I you know what I'm saying, Jalen Brunson did it not only in the regular season, he continued cooking niggas in the playoffs, and with a team like that to still take how far did they go with the Pacers? Game 7, you know what I'm saying?
Game 7.
And
their team had to literally die for that to happen.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I gotta put Jalen Brunson in that top 5 outside of Edwards.
So since you said that, I am just saying, for this season, if Jalen Brunson would have went to the NBA Finals and won, by what you had said earlier, skill set wise and everything, because we're only talking about this year. If somebody said Jalen Brunson had the best year this year, which equates to you being the best player, I can't be mad at it because you did your best numbers in the season, did your best numbers in the playoffs, you led your team to a championship. You crossed off all 3 of those. So that's where I was saying. Now, if you ask me personally, like I said earlier, this year I do have Brunson over Ant Edwards. I think Ant Edwards and what he's shown in this playoffs is phenomenal, and it shows you what great players eventually become, right? Mm-hmm. So that's my whole thing with Ant Edwards. I want people to let him get there first.
Okay, now here's my rebuttal to that, and this goes back to what Earl said. We can end it off this, unless somebody else has something to say. Mm-hmm. When it comes to me, this best, greatest thing, I think you're alluding to greatness with Ant Edwards. Let him get there, and then we'll call him that. What I'm saying is that's when we add on the all-time at the end. Right now, best player is a year-by-year thing. Right now, if Ant Edwards wins, he's the best player in the league. In order to be one of the greatest players of all time, you have to be one of the best players in the league year over year. That doesn't mean you're going to win the championship every single year, but you have to be one of those guys year over year over year, and eventually you're now one of the best or greatest players of all time. But to me, best player in the league is a yearly thing. You were the best player in the league this year. Now, if you don't continue to do that, you won't be one of the greatest of all time. You'll be like a Vince Carter. I'm pretty sure Vince Carter had a year where he may have been the best player in the league,
Hell no.
I'm saying, or been up there. One of the.
No.
He was never top 5 in MVP.
No.
Never close.
No.
Well, there's probably
at his best. At his best.
I'm sure that there's been a guy who's been up there before. It just didn't continue up there. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a year or two. You know what I'm saying, where you were really great, and you're not one of the greatest of all time, but you are a good player.
I want to before anybody else goes, I just want to say this, right? As cool as Vince Carter was, as cool as Tracy McGrady was, as cool as Prime Ray Allen was, there was still Kobe. There were still other guys that just made that top 5 that year. So as great as they were, and as great as
guys, that's what I'm saying. We can't just say that and not give niggas credit. Like,
well, what years you want to talk?
Kobe, yes, there was Kobe.
What years you want to talk? Because I'll give it to you.
We're just saying that.
But what years you want to talk about? I'll give it to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We gotta go.
I'm just saying. Call out a year and I'll give it to you.
So, all right, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example.
Call out a year and I'll give it to you.
I'll give you an example. In 2003, specifically, right? With those guys I just said, I'm not putting them over Duncan. I'm not putting them over Kobe. I'm not putting them over Shaq. I'm not putting them MVP.
03. I'll give you the top 5 players in 03 right now. 2003, the top 5 players in the league were Jason Kidd.
Yes.
Kobe Bryant.
Yes.
Allen Iverson.
Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes.
Yep. Tim Duncan.
That
was the 5 best players.
Takes nothing away from how phenomenal Tracy McGrady was playing out of his mind. Or Ray Allen. Or Vince.
From October to March.
And listen, Kevin Garnett is in that conversation.
Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, and
Dirk.
Dirk were probably 16. But that first,
they're not making all NBA, all first team. Sorry. So, you know.
But look.
Hey.
Let's go round robin because we definitely got a little more long winded than I thought we were going to be on that. Dell, blank wins the Western Conference Finals in how many games? And give me your Western Conference Finals MVP. Because they do have that award now.
Dallas in 6, because Kyrie just showed you he's on a different level than anybody you've ever seen when it comes to skill. He's going to put Anthony Edwards in a blender. And as much as I like AE, and I think he's the next guy coming up, because don't you dare get it twisted. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be the next one. Just right now. Is
he the one to break the streak?
Young fella.
Is he the one to break the streak?
What streak?
The Europeans winning MVP.
The Euro streak. That's what streak.
Yes, he's going to win the MVP either next year or the year after that. He might win them both. And you ain't getting 10 years, nigga. You're not getting the 10 years, nigga.
The Euro streak. That's what
okay. And Lesnar. Okay.
You're not getting 10 years straight.
Minnesota.
I don't care.
You know what year we're on, right?
We're on year 6.
6.
Well, year 7.
You know what the last you know what the highest rated American player was this year in the MVP ranking?
3rd.
5.
Who was the 3rd person?
Anthony Edwards was 5.
Third
person was Luka Doncic.
Oh shit. Who was 4?
Giannis.
Oh shit. Oh well. But anyways, at the end of the evil European is over. It's gonna be time for the strong African.
Let's go, baby.
To win the MVP. And they will win a championship within the next 3 years.
I want y'all to understand.
And that'll be the time for the Magic to rise.
I want y'all to understand something too. It's just hilarious because it just goes into my argument even more. Actually, according to NBA.com, the official source, number 5 was actually Jason Tatum. Number 6 was Sabonis. Number 7 was Anthony Edwards, and number 8 Number 8 was Jalen Brunson. So
wait, give me the top.
Which is
okay.
why we don't give a fuck about the regular season.
Yes, we do. You don't give a fuck about the regular season.
I mean, we do care.
All right, so I'm gonna read.
One was Joker.
I'm gonna read this for everybody. So 1 was Joker, 2 was Shaq, SGA, 3 was Luka, 4 was Giannis, 5 was Jason Tatum, 6 was Sabonis, 7 was Ant Edwards, 8 was Jalen Brunson, 9 was Kevin Durant, 10 was Devin Booker, and the other five, right, was Jaylen Brown, Anthony Davis, Gobert, Halliburton, and Kawhi. All
right.
So those are people who got votes just randomly for like.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I mean that bottom, that other 5 is nasty, but I just want to say that 7 and 8 is just.
I didn't know JT finished 5. I thought that he was well, yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, JT.
I mean, he had the best record in the league.
Best record, bro. Like,
the nigga did average 27 on a 65.
Yeah, no, he did.
I'm gonna tell you about Sabonis. Sabonis is gonna get that because that team was hobbled and he was still getting them.
And he was still going crazy. Sabonis lost
his numbers.
I have a question. Since we're talking about the Kings, I have a question.
Sure.
Should the Kings have shipped De'Aaron Fox to Indiana and kept Tyrese Halliburton?
No.
I don't think so.
I think it worked out for both. I think it worked out for both.
The real answer is the point guard is not the problem. Neither is the center. It's everything else.
Exactly.
If you didn't have Kevin, Huerter for the last part of this year. You didn't have Malik Monk for the last stretch of this year. If those two dudes are healthy, they're in the playoffs, and it gets real fun.
I will say this. I do feel like De'Aaron Fox and Jamal Murray are like the same exact player. It's just Jamal Murray has Jokic and De'Aaron Fox has Sabonis.
They're in the same position. I think Fox is a little more skilled.
They're in the same tier. I'll say that. Like they're in the tier of like all-star caliber.
I feel like the Kings. I feel like the Kings and the Nuggets are the same team, except the Nuggets have Jokic.
I'll say this.
I'll say it like this. Oh, go ahead, there.
No. I'll just say this real quick. I do think the difference for the Kings is going to be when they're able to move certain guys like Harrison Barnes to the bench and get somebody younger to come in. Like if they were able to do like we did this season, where you were instead of giving Hardaway, Powell, and Cleaver starter minutes, they were able to go to the bench in place of younger upstart guys. That is what will take Sacramento over the hump.
Next level,
guaranteed playoff team for sure. So,
hey, you know what? DJ Larry, real quick, DJ Larry, though, but to what you was just saying about the MVP voting and shit like that, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying and why I'm saying that to me, Anthony Edwards, if he ends up winning Finals MVP, would be the best player in the league because nobody, in my opinion, was saying that Jokic was the best player in the league in 2021. Everybody was saying that Giannis was the best player in the league that year after he won that championship. Yeah. And that quickly switched as soon as his game did not continue to develop past where it was at for him to continue dominating. He dominated that 1 year, and then Jokic started doing his thing. So that's just,
you know what, Nard? I won't argue on that. I do think that you make a hell of a point there. Because even though Joker did win those MVPs, people were still saying that Giannis was the best player in the league. There's some that said he wasn't, and that's fine. But overall, the main talking points were that Giannis was, especially because he looked like a top 5 scorer and the best defender in the league. So
people were wrong for feeling it at that time.
No. I mean, if you look at what he did in the window that he did, I mean, the man won MVP playing 30 minutes a game, and was averaging like near 30, 13, 2 blocks. Like it was ridiculous what he was doing. At the same time, once you shut down the HB draw, because that's the only play that they run, is he just plays running back and goes right up the middle. Other than that, that's what they run. HB draw.
And Giannis's horrible GM skills. Lord have mercy. Is he a man?
Yeah, that too. He has a top 5 worst nepotism bug I've ever seen in my entire life.
Is it more roster or front
It's
offices.
health.
I think it's more
I
Boston.
think it's health.
Well,
I
I,
think
in
it's
that,
health.
It's health.
in that coaching situation
But
is the debacle.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
that's his
I don't know
fault.
why he didn't. But yeah, because he said he wanted Adrian Griffin over Nick Nurse. Why?
Well, they shouldn't have fired Budenholzer, first of all.
They shouldn't have fired Budenholzer, and I don't disagree with that sentiment. But he did do enough to get fired.
I think the Budenholzer situation was going to happen regardless.
Yeah, he
Unfortunately,
lost the locker room.
I
So
Unless
I
they win a
think
mean,
chip.
I think the main issue with the Bucks is that the Bucks
Training staff.
realized that as good as they were, they really miss some of those glue guys I mentioned earlier. Same way I mentioned about like the Nuggets missing certain glue guys. And I think that's an X factor when you have games where forget the all-star caliber players. That's one thing. It still takes the team to win. And they're gonna have to find a way to try to get somebody over there or two people that can help them out because just like with Dallas, right? When Luka and Kyrie or Kyrie have to sit down, somebody else has to come in the game. When Giannis sits down, somebody has to come in. I'm not saying you have to have a 20-point guy, but somebody has to come in. And
you know who would help them out? Honest to God, Valanciunas will help that team out so much.
Oh, it'd give them the offensive rebound presence.
Yeah, he would help them out so much.
Oh, Bobby and Brooke have to be gone this offseason. They need to be.
Yeah,
well, Brooke needs to go.
It's got to be over.
Let me
like that. Go ahead. Zen.
I got a question that's always been bothering me. So if y'all remember in 22 after they won the championship, and Chris Middleton tears his knee up, didn't they say that he was supposed to return sometime in that playoffs because he tore his like the last week of the season, and he was supposed to return sometime in the playoffs, but he never.
Had they made the finals, he would have.
Yeah, he was.
Let me ask a question. Was his knee more messed up than we first realized? Because it's been 2 years and he's still having problems and troubles and tribulations with that knee keeping healthy and staying on the floor.
Well, that was my whole thing with the Dame trade because as great as Dame Lillard is, we can never take that away from him. He's Dame Lillard, right? You have to ask yourself, do you want to go with the superstar or do you want to go with the pieces? And we've seen teams who've gone with the superstar, but the pieces could have helped them, i.e. the Phoenix Suns. So this is why you have to ask yourself.
Well, you never trade for Bradley Beal anyway, but I feel you.
I mean, I'm just saying, just in general, like this type of stuff happens. Like the thing about, and especially when you go for like an immediate upgrade of what you already have versus what you're still missing. Because, like I said, somebody still got to come in when Giannis and Middleton sit down. Outside of Bobby, like Bobby Portis is great, but he's really coming in. Bobby Portis is technically coming in for Brook Lopez, basically. So there's still nobody that you can say is just coming in for these guys, and that's where you're gonna get an issue. So, I mean, it sucks, but it's gonna be interesting to see what the Bucks do this offseason. Especially shout out to my boy Nelson because he's got my mind on this. That apron is about to have teams in hell.
Yeah. Well, look, Donnie, who wins the Western Conference Finals in what? In how many games was your MVP?
I got Mavs in 7, and I'll go Luka. I'll go Luka because I think Luka's just gonna have just average what he averaged, like 28, 9 and 9. Like he's gonna be like 39-9, and like let me tell you something. Them first 2 games, Jay McDaniels is gonna be a spring chicken guarding Kyrie. Game 3 and 4, that shit gonna be. Then like he gonna have to deal with Luka. And then that was a great game 7 I watched. But Rudy Gobert hit a turnaround fadeaway jumper. And that's when I was like, this is okay. Okay. I see what this is doing. Okay, this is what happened.
Yeah.
But remember, this is Rudy Gobert and Jordan Wood's boyfriend. I love Anthony Edwards. If his leadership is that powerful, he is the best player in the league. Let me tell you something. As a Celtics fan, I'm gonna say this one time. I've told Larry this. I've told Earl this. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't believe the Celtics can do anything until they do it. That is my stance as a Celtics fan. If they win the title, I'm gonna celebrate because they won the title. They won it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wish Jason Tatum's idol was Melo and not Kobe. This would he'd be so much better if he just loved Melo instead of Kobe. Be amazing. Amazing. But yes. I'm more scared of because I have two all defensive players on my team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I fear dealing with Luka and Kyrie guard wise. That I deal with because guard wise, the only massive scorer that the Wolves have is Ant. You know what I'm saying? And by the time we get to the finals, Porzingis should be back. Porzingis should be back. So I can rely on him to deal with Cat basically. Al Horford, 75 years old. We win this title. He need to go home.
175 years old.
Yeah, we win the title. He need to go home. I don't want to see him no more. But I got the
He got a Dominican birth certificate, so you never really know his age.
He win the title. Go home, get your jersey retired, go to the Hall of Fame because he is a Hall of Famer. He win this.
Christian, you gonna take this?
Is he the most? Is he top 5 Dominican all time? Is Al Horford top 5 Dominican all?
Top 5 Dominican all time? Al Horford.
I mean,
where does Fabulous rank for you?
Fabulous.
Oh wait, top Dominican all time.
Fab beat his wife, so it's like that's you know what I'm saying. It's kind of
that should put him in the Hall of Fame as a Dominican.
First of all,
hey,
whoa. All right, Nardo. Who wins this?
That nigga just got fearless. Oh no.
Wait. What did you just say?
Don't worry about it. Yo,
what? I was gonna say top Dominican is David Ortiz for surviving assassination attack.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Christian, who wins this series? And how many games? And who's the MVP?
I got Wolves in 7. And MVP.
Yeah.
Probably gonna be Cat. Probably.
Okay.
And the reason I say Cat is because I think there's gonna be so much focus on Edwards and Gobert that I think is gonna free up Cat and he's gonna be a difference maker. Him and Jaden McDaniels are gonna be a difference makers in the series. But I think Cat takes the Western Conference MVP.
I fuck with the pick. He's an all NBA player and all-star, so it's not crazy. I'm not mad at that. Nardo, Blank wins the WCF in how many games? And who's your MVP?
I got Dallas in 7. I think Kyrie's going to win MVP. I just think he's going to have to hit a big shot. It's going to take a lot, you know what I'm saying, in order to beat the Timberwolves. But I think it's going to be one of them threes that he hit in the second round, I think. Or was it early in the second round? It was up the first round where he hit a game winner that looked similar to Cleveland. It was just from the top of the key and not the side. So
there was an OKC, so I think it was game 2.
Okay, I knew it was an early game. Yeah, so I think Kyrie's going to have another moment like that. That's going to be the, you know what I'm saying, difference maker late in the series. So I got the Mavericks.
Okay. And how many games did you say, Larry?
7.
Me personally. So this is my actual take on this. Like, I know it might sound crazy. If Luka does what he's supposed to do, Mavs in 6. If Luka is actually still showing signs of the injuries that he's been played with, the T-Wolves are going to win in 5. So that's my prediction on this. MVP, I think, is going to go to Luka because I think the narrative of his injuries would get him that MVP. But if Kyrie does outshine him just purely off of this, I think enough time has passed where the NBA will give Kyrie something, Nelson, because let's be honest right now, between all the craziness that's happened since Kyrie's stuff, yeah, they're okay with Kyrie having an alternative opinion. Also, I just want to say that I cannot call Cat a top 5 Dominican when Dasha Polanco, Julissa Bermudez, and the great Angie Martinez exist. So no, he is not a top 5 Dominican.
Okay.
I thought Angie Martinez was Puerto Rican.
No. Shout out to Toussaint and Aisha Diaz for being the illest Dominicans in Nebraska, but that is another conversation for another day.
Shout out to Sicaria.
Yeah, we podding tonight. We are podding tonight. We have a couple of things on the docket, but I think we're gonna skip that for next week.
Okay.
Let's go straight into something that we didn't get to talk about as a pod, and we'll close this out.
Sure.
Oh shoot, we're tripping. Real quick, let's go round robin. Nard, ECF, blank wins in what? How many games? Who's the MVP?
Nard, are you muted?
Celtics are going to win in 5. Jason Tatum's going to win the MVP. They're going to lose in finals in 3.
Okay. They're going to finals in 3. That's insane.
Well,
Christian, blank wins the ECF. Same thing. How many games? Who's the MVP?
Pacers win in 7, and MVP is Siakam.
Okay. Dale.
Did he say Pacers win in 3?
He did. He
said
Pacers. I said Pacers in 7.
7. Yeah, Pacers 7.
Oh. No, Nard said Celtics lose in 3.
They're always fucking around because they always be fucking around in the finals.
Yeah, that is true. Give me Boston. Give me them in 5, even though it should be 4. Give me them in. Matter of fact, give me Boston in 4. Pacers shouldn't win a game.
Okay.
Tonight was their opportunity.
They almost
don't
did,
play
but
with
they
their
didn't.
food. Exactly. Okay. They don't play with their food, and they end up winning. I'll say Jaylen Brown is MVP.
Okay. Larry.
Pacers in 6, and the MVP is going to be Halliburton.
All right.
And I'm only going pure chaos. So let's see. Yeah.
I'm gonna go Boston in 5 because if this goes anything past 5, this taints Jason Tatum's legacy for me. And I'm gonna have Jason Tatum as MVP.
Okay.
I'm closing out with you on this. Of course, you're the Celtic fan in here. Talk to him, Donnie. Y'all winning what?
I got them young niggas and them old niggas in 5. Because that's what they are, a bunch of niggas and some bunch of old niggas.
Jason Tatum got to be the oldest 26-year-old I've ever seen in basketball history.
He's been to 5 Eastern Conference Finals by the age.
I thought you were going to say period because I was going to say our friend Ashton exists, but that's
that's the oldest 26-year-old of all time.
Oldest 24-year-old.
I got us in 5. Them Jays, boy. Lord, they get on my nerves. They get on my nerves. I got the richest one-armed man in the history of the world on my team, man.
I don't blame.
He saved our ass tonight, which is crazy.
He did.
Saved our ass tonight. I got us in 5, and I got Jay. You know what? You know what? Chaos purposes. I got Derek White winning MVP.
Okay,
I can see it.
Yeah. I got Derek White having like 2 30-point games. Right? I just feel like the team is crazy, right? That this team needs everything to work to win basketball games.
Putting on for the bald guys.
I want to say this respectfully. Derek White has a bigger chance of being the cover model for Hairline Weekly than being the fucking MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, saying that Derek White is a Rogaine cover model is hilarious, but I mean,
I think I tweeted this. The Celtics winning this title, it will be the equivalent of the 2014 Spurs team, but there's just no Kawhi Leonard. It's like the 2014 Spurs team. I think by default we win. They'll give it to Tatum, but I'm predicting so much. If it's Celtics Wolves, there's gonna be so many colorism conversations. You know, and Edwards is real niggerish, so the timeline is gonna be real nick because this is
Hey,
gonna be
let me
like
tell you something, and let me be very clear about this right now. As a light-skinned dude, my brother's dark. All my friends is dark. I'm signed with the dark skins, brother. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Real nigga. It's gonna be Lamar Mahomes.
I'm sorry, bro. I got. If it comes down to it, bro, I'm sorry. I cannot ride with the light skin delegation.
Mr. Armstrong
from Atlanta.
Armstrong. What brother dark you got?
That motherfucker right in the middle of that screen.
That brown.
Everybody ain't Malik Sindel. God, Lord, everybody ain't Malik.
My brother dark. Okay, so I promise you, I can tell you.
No, your brother last night. He ain't.
Now you see this color struck ass nigga. You see how he clowning?
Now listen. Let's get to it. The last thing, obviously, we'll talk about the NFL schedule next week because I want us to really kind of dissect some of those games, and then we'll talk about the WNBA's first couple of weeks next week as well.
I think Caitlin Clark had 2 million people watching her first game.
She indeed did. But for all of us who have waited on this, prayed on this, looked up at the sky, asked God every year, college football is back.
Yeah.
Now I got some disappointing news that I've heard
a few months
today. I've heard some disappointing news today. I've heard that it is not crossplay.
Online Dynasty is
fine.
We can't hear you, Larry.
Online Dynasty is not crossplay. You can crossplay like online games, but you can't crossplay. You can't create a dynasty and crossplay.
Okay, cool. So thank you for that clarification. So you can play players, you just can't.
Any niggas who have Xbox, holla at me. Because when I take Miami and I bring us back to fucking greatness at 12 straight national championships, I want you to be a part of that.
That's not possible. It's going to take on. You need batteries for your controllers. Now let's get back to PlayStation like real niggas.
Don't you dare put that. We got something for your ass.
Don't you gotta worry about. Don't
duct tape, boy. We duct taping all that gator shit.
Larry, we can't hear you, Larry.
And y'all NIL reneging ass motherfuckers.
You're muted. I think you're muted.
Jaden Rashad has sued
you. Hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I said pause to what Zendel said, but
that is crazy.
Man, go find that 13 million for Jaden Rashad.
Yeah. Don't you got bigger things to worry? Matter of fact, he getting all y'all University of Florida checks for this first game anyways. So I don't know what you're worried about.
Mike, those rings that you were bringing up are from Bush administration and before. So
what? This is college football. Tradition lives here. It's college football.
Tradition lives here, just like an August tradition.
Hold up, nigga. Your ring are from the Bush administration too.
No, it's
exactly.
not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Bro,
wasn't president yet.
He wasn't president yet the last time y'all won. Yes, they are.
One of them is first term Obama.
No, it wasn't because he wasn't elected on the 20th. Y'all won that ring on like the 4th.
Who they take the picture with?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. No.
Still
jokes over facts, nigga. So seriously. I'm hyped for college football to be back because it's just needed. We need this. We need undisputed. We need more than just 2K and Madden. So yeah, we need it. So
there we go. Yeah, let's get negative. Yeah.
Turbo. Who is Turbo? Who is his team?
the
That's
reigning,
AJ. He LSU. That's
defending,
AJ. Yeah.
undisputed,
No,
universal.
he LSU.
heavyweight
No, he a
champion.
Tiger. He's a Tiger. He's a Tiger.
He LSU Tiger.
Oh, LSU. Oh, man, that shit over.
Yeah, he LSU Tiger.
That shit over.
They had that one Joe Burrow year. Now they talking.
Right, that 1 year, and I'm still mad.
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, nigga, that year was amazing.
It was.
Quarterbacks of all time.
That year was fucking amazing.
It was
one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. You couldn't get no PT at Ohio State. Come on, man, stop. He's not one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time.
That year was fucking amazing.
It was, but I mean, you also had arguably two of the best receivers who are in the league now on the same team. So I mean, I could have been throwing them niggas the ball.
You know what I'm saying? I know who I won't be choosing to do dynasty with. Them tied over there. Ooh, Lord, they look stinky.
No,
They look
hey, listen.
stinky.
Hey, I honestly think Alabama might shake some shit up this year. Niggas don't listen. If you look at that offense, what DeBoer was doing up in Washington with those type of kids, what the fuck do you think he's gonna do with kids that are coming out?
I don't know that it's over for Alabama like that.
I think defensively, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna look like defensively? You know what I'm saying? Offensively, we're just now putting an offensive coach with the best skill players in the nation. That's a fucking given if he's a good coach. But it doesn't mean that you're gonna win because there's another side of the ball. I'm more worried about what Alabama's gonna look like on defense than anything. You know what I'm saying?
Alabama winning games 52-49 is gonna be ridiculous.
Ridiculous, bro. Or losing games 52-49.
I would venture to say the games are going to look more like that LSU game or that Michigan game. If I would have bet,
no.
I would have bet. Now look,
I'm not even a Bama fan, but that was still that was a bad.
Now I just want to read down a couple of things from the official EA website real quick as it relates to the game. College Football 25 introduces Campus IQ, a suite of features that brings to life the true depth of college football through wide open, fast-paced gameplay across all 134 FBS schools in all areas of the game. Fan favorite modes, Dynasty and Road to Glory set a new standard for college football greatness for fans ready to construct their own powerhouse program as a creative coach or vie for a Heisman as a player. While all new Road to Glory or Road to the College Football Playoff and College Football Ultimate Team bring fresh online experiences and ways to play. Let's see here. Wear and tear systems. As the hits add up, players wear down with the wear and tear system. Manage your players' health, limit fatigue, assess risk of injury, and avoid on-field mistakes by using strategic substitutions to ensure your players are at their best. That's the most. Pre-snap recognition makes the decision behind every snap matter more. Do you trust your high-skilled seniors or take a risk with the untested freshmen? Read the game and read to your players to make the right decision when the game is on. So that sounds like to me, depending on how much PT you get, means that you have more success running whatever plays you have. So you're probably, if I'm guessing, just from what it's saying, repetition is really going to matter in that mode. Home advantage, there was really no home field advantage in college games before. But yeah, you'd have like the crowd rattling, but it wasn't to this extent. But what it's saying here, game altering home field advantage, rattle your rivals in college football's toughest places to play. Test your squad's road game, composure, and confidence level as you play through distractions like screen shaking, missing pre-play icons, and moving play art. Oh shit.
Also,
whoa.
Don't forget if you have a PlayStation, that DualSense controller is gonna be having Parkinson's.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
It's gonna be nasty. And yeah, we're back. Listen, when I saw that trailer, and I saw Sebastian, the Hurricanes duck, I say yes. It's an ibis.
It's an ibis.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'm sorry, the Florida Gators iguanas. You see, you don't like that.
It should be the Florida Penitentiary, but I
say it with respect.
You know what's the great thing about that trailer? I'm not playing with none of them fucking teams in dynasty mode. I pick my teams off jerseys alone. Pick my
Facts.
teams off jerseys alone. Nigga, I'm bringing Virginia Tech to prominence.
Yeah.
I'm bringing
Last
Vanderbilt to prominence.
thing I just want to talk about real quick on that is commentary and broadcast. Obviously, some of the names like Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit will be there. The turnover chain is in the game as well as other like patches that go along with your team. But depending on
got that shit.
depending on the matchup that you have, depends on the commentary for each game. So, and it also depends on the day that you play.
Oh.
So
so it's like realistic, like
it's like really, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you play on a Thursday night, you may not necessarily get your Saturday 7 p.m. matchups.
It's prime time, baby.
Of course, I'm not commentating on no Thursday college football game.
Yo, I'm gonna be dying laughing if like it's a random SEC game. They're like, Greg McElroy is your commentator tonight. Like,
fine,
funny.
That nigga had hair plugs before he turned 30. I don't want him as my commentator. Okay.
Road to Glory is back. Obviously, you live the life of a student athlete as your creative player. Take home the Heisman. You'll have to manage your weekly schedule, GPA. Apparently, your name, image, and likeness, and you have to earn your coach's trust to get more time, or use the transfer portal in time to get the glory you deserve. Holy shit!
Yeah, we taking math tests.
This is like NCAA The Sims. Like you real life got to be a player.
This is Persona 24 NCAA edition. Like it's funny.
I know, Nard, you found out some things like you said about the online. Do you know if in the college football playoff we're playing 4 teams or is it a 12-team matchup?
I think it's 12. I think it's 12. I can find out.
Say it one more time, Nard.
No, I have no clue, bro.
Okay.
I think it's 12. But I'm gonna check for us real quick.
Okay.
But I think it's 12. Because it would make sense for it to be 12 because it's gonna be 12 this year. So but if it's not 12, we will follow back up with you guys next.
And they've also have a package deal with Madden included. It's $150 for both games, and you can transfer your Road to Glory player to Madden whenever you choose. So that is there as well.
So I just want to say, as of right now, there's still limited information because
when does it come out?
It's July 19th.
July 19th.
Pre-order, you get it July 16th.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So that sounds like a good gift for your son. He
definitely playing because he's been playing Madden lately.
Shout out to my brother Trey, 2L's Young and 2L's Trey. New free pops out right now. That's actually his birthday, July 19th. So shout out to him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My brother's is the 18th. So.
Whoa, okay. That's
so let me ask you this.
26 too. Shout out to Winston.
Christian, what team are you running with on this game just outside of Miami? Like, what team are you going to play with? Or teams?
Probably Oregon.
Okay.
Because of their jerseys. And probably.
So nobody taking Coach Prime to dominant? No? All right.
No.
Nah.
I don't care if they put Offset on the sideline in the game. I'm gonna say that's cold.
Maybe 2027. I might have something for Prime, but up until then.
Nar, what about you? You play with anybody outside of Miami?
Oh hell yeah, bro! Niggas think I'm playing, bro. Appalachian State's gonna win a title, fool. I'm a nigga. There's gonna be so many schools. Honestly, the only thing I'm blown about, I heard there's no HBCUs on there, so I won't be able to get Cookman a title. You know what I'm saying? Initially, but nah, bro. I'm gonna bring Georgia Southern might pull. Well, Georgia Tech might get a motherfucking title with an air raid offense. No bullshit.
Air raid?
Yes,
it's a video game. That shit'll work.
It might.
Arizona State. Hey, Arizona State might.
I'm boycotting Arizona State.
Washington State might be a powerhouse, nigga.
They did Herm
Hey, they did. We got to support our
They
black
did
brothers.
Herm dirty,
Come
bro.
on, man. We got to give the greatest Jets coach of all time his props. Come on, man. You see it.
They did Herm Edwards dirty. They fucking with Arizona State, man.
Fun fact about me that a lot of people don't know because they just know I'm a Gator fan, right? When I don't go for the Gators if we have a bad year, even when I was little, I always liked the Michigan Wolverines. So I might have to take the Wolverines back-to-back dominance on that. Okay. So big shout out to
you're not gonna build up the Memphis Tigers, my brother.
That's home team. So you know what I'm saying. That's already a given. But I'm just saying that the Wolverines in football. I always like the fight song. I love the navy blues, probably like one of my favorite colors outside of purple. And like, yeah, I rock with them. So
Nar, I know you're gonna feel this, and I want to give a shout out to motherfucking Kellen Moore. I get to see that bluegrass of Boise State in HD in 8K on my television.
No. But you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do?
With Boise.
You know what y'all need to do? Time
Boise State.
2 hours and 9 minutes. This is what I need you to do. You need to film yourself as you upload the game, right? And you need to give yourself a 10 bell count because you're not going to see the Pac-12 on that screen. So I need to see you give them.
Why you had to do that, bro?
I'm just
what was that for?
Pac-12 Earl, bro.
Yeah, I believe.
No, his name is Pac-12 Poppy, actually, but
I'm not calling another man Poppy.
Not calling.
I grew up in Florida.
Delicious.
I heard it all the time. So
I didn't call my dad Poppy, so I'm not calling another man Poppy. Sorry.
It's been another episode of Guests from the Stands, guys.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Texas Tech has that black turf. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they do. I saw it in a preview clip. Yes, they do.
All right, yes. I might roll with Texas Tech. I'm definitely rolling with Hawaii. I'm definitely getting a 6'8" quarterback and a 6'4" running back and running with Hawaii for 4 years.
Hawaii is another one too. Yeah.
Yeah, you winning a national championship with the Booyah tribe is hilarious, but I'm gonna let you.
Amazing.
They doing haka ceremonies right before they.
We are recruiting the bloodline, baby. That's the
AJ, there's 134 teams. There's no D2 schools and there's no HBCUs or anything of that nature.
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna make that DLC. Watch. They're gonna make that.
Probably.
If they make that DLC, I promise you.
Probably.
It's not happening, bro. Like,
it probably 2026. That's a huge patch to do for DLC.
Bro. Yes. Yeah, but I will say, if the outcry is big enough, they will. And I think you have to get this game out first to see the reception, and then you got to get the outcry to get that in. So I think maybe next year you'll see
enough YouTubers, enough athletes, enough athletes talk about it.
As long as they don't bring back Doug Williams' HBCU football experience, I will be just okay. That was the worst goddamn game I've ever played.
This has been another wonderful episode of Guess.
Until next week, we out. Peace.
Oh man.